guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marilyn. Yeah, it's raining a storm outside. I'm about popping out to get some stuff. And I want to have a decent face and I want to put out a decent face to the world. And I thought instead of just sitting alone, stewing in my thoughts, because I have this mind that goes like 100 miles per hour or something. It's like running all the time. And yeah, and I told myself, I could share with you guys and see if anyone shares the same thoughts or have same thoughts as me. So I'm just randomly going to do my makeup. Just in case I'm looking down here, I have my mirror here. So yeah. Okay. I'm just going to do a very simple face as usual. I'm not someone who does like really good looks. I wish I could do all this, good looks like most makeup artists do. Man, my eyebrows are grown. I need to go shaping them, but I don't got time today. I don't think I'm going to have time to do that today, but we'll see how this was going to turn out. So, guys, I was thinking, you know what I mean? I was thinking online there is this huge fight always going on between the genders. Between the male and female gender. I think will I say it's endemic here in Nigeria? Will I say it's becoming? I know that this gender wars used to exist. Lately, it's become much. Everything, be it that they're talking about a murder, or they're talking about, something that maybe one particular gender did. Maybe a woman or a man has done something. It always goes back to, the gender thing, like the gender war. You see a lot of women blaming men for certain things. You see a lot of men blaming women. It's like the sexes are really divided these days, and it's got me thinking, what is happening? And I really think there is a shift. Actually, there is a shift, between there is this war. Will I say war? There is this gender thing going on. Women are being more vocal now and speaking up on certain things, and men are also being more. That noise, somebody's pounding something. Sorry about the noise. And men are also being, vocal and stating their minds, and it's like there is a general discontent or discontentment between the sexes, between male and females. Now, guys, if you're a married couple and you're happily married, you're really lucky, because out here, things are really happening. A lot of people are kicking against the traditional, marriage role, and I can understand. I can understand why they are kicking against it, especially the women, and I can also understand why the men are resisting. Why the men are resisting this change. You know what I mean? And I feel that that's my own opinion. No, don't come for me. I feel that while some of these things make sense, some women are just being mean, and some men are just being, misogynistic as usual. The women are trying to fight the misogyny and take their rights and power back. Whether we like it or not, it's a man's world. But the fight is becoming too dirty and too bloody, and the traditional marriage role is being questioned. Like, a lot of women are opting out to stay single. A lot of men too wants to go their own way. There is a lot of group rising. I'm not so versed with what is happening, but I know that there are a lot of men that are in this movement called Men Go Their Own Way or something. And the feminist movement is saying we don't want the patriarchy, we don't want to be controlled by men. Some of them are even kicking out against marriage because there is this statistics I saw online. Guys, this is real, that the most happiest people are women, single women without children. Yeah. I can understand why they are happy because for a woman, if a woman gets married, it's like her responsibility doubles, in this state, in this time where women are required to work in the home and outside the home. So, and the responsibility of the man reduces. Now we get someone who takes care of his home. If he was single, he does all that himself. Someone who takes care of his home, someone who, a partnership, someone to hold down. Personally, I think the male gender benefits more from marriage. Maybe because I'm a female and I look at it from the eyes of being a woman. But I think because not just me, even statistics are saying that men who are married have a much longer life expectancy than married women, and single women without children have a higher life expectancy. So yeah, that's what the statistics says. But I still believe that we need each other. Now the problem now is 2 generations ago, there've always been a certain standard. The man gets up to age, he chooses a woman he wants to. The woman assumes the traditional role of childbearing and housekeeping and taking care of the man. And all the man has to do is walk outside the house and provide money. Some men even take it extra mile to be involved in childcare. But childcare, till lately, has always primarily been the woman who raises her children. But there's a shifting. And this is the first generation so far that has seen that shifting. And to be quite frank with you, a lot of men and a lot of women as well do not know what to do. Because take for me, for example, I was brought up to be quite traditional, grow up, get an education, get married, have kids, and have this white picket fence life. You know what I mean? So, which personally I don't want. I want to be able to live my life on my own terms. While marriage is important, I will not compromise my sanity or compromise the quality of my life just to be with someone else. 10 years ago, if I was maybe this age 10 years ago, I'm sure, or maybe 20 years ago, I'm sure I will be panicking like, oh God, why am I not married now? And I'll be in the church room praying, praying for a husband. But yeah, I don't think, what am I even looking for? I don't think I'll be doing that. While I do not want to spend the rest of my life alone, I also cannot compromise. Yes, I also cannot compromise my well-being and compromise what I want because I want. Oh my God. I'm blessed to come from a household where even though, yes, there's this slight comments here and there and, expectations here and there, I am pretty much the controller of my own life, and I know how privileged I am because a lot of girls in Africa, let's not even go far. A lot of girls in Nigeria still face pressure to bring a man home and be settled down before the age of 25. And when you get to 30, you are termed, an old maid. And they ask you, I've been asked several times why I'm not married. And my question, I'll keep my answers secret. Maybe I'll make a video on single women who are finding it very difficult to navigate, the life of being single and the life of having their own narrative because it's not easy. It's not easy to make a decision and say, I put myself first. People will call you selfish. People will say all sorts of things, especially coming from Africa. It's not easy. If you want to put your happiness first, I think in anything you do, there's always going to be hurdles. If you deviate from the norm, there's always going to be pushback, and it's not going to be easy. It's going to be like an uphill battle. But if you really know what you want, you will stand firm and not compromise. So, guys, back to my random thoughts this morning. Yeah, so I was saying that a lot of people have no clue. That's why there's a lot of lashing out. Women really have no clue of what to do outside the traditional life. So they are basically looking for groups to join. There are a lot of groups that have sprung up under the guise of feminism, and feminism is the equality between both sexes. The women want equal opportunities to men, but they have turned feminism into male bashing. Yeah, my camera shut off there. Yeah, and I was just chatting away. I think should I remember what I just said? Yeah, and some people say you can't actually separate, male bashing from the fight for gender equality, because it was men who made these rules. It was men who created this patriarchy just to favor them, and you cannot just make them see sense except you violently prove their points and vehemently resist. So I understand both. I understand both sides of the argument. But the truth remains that we are the first, generation that has deviated from the way our grandparents and our parents used to live. A lot of men still want the lives their father led or their grandfather led, but they are not asking the right questions. Because if you want to know, how people lived, how happy a family is, you should go through the woman. The woman will give you a clue on how to treat women. But a lot of men prefer to take advice from their fellow men, which most likely do not have a clue. Our mothers were unhappy. Our grandmothers were not happy with. Nobody will be happy if their rights are taken from them, and all they are relegated to is with childbearing, and they live to serve someone else. I don't think anyone will be happy, except that's what you want. But I don't think our mothers and our grandmothers were happy about it. That's why they are the ones who told the younger generation women that they should put themselves first. They're allowed to be selfish first, before they put anyone else. There's something also that I want to talk about. Now that the women are saying that we don't want to be relegated to traditional roles, and they have every right to say that, because the men then thrive on being providers and protectors. Now we're not in a war, and there is not much you can do in a war to protect anyone as a male gender. You know what I mean? Maybe you go to war and fight for your country, but since when has war been ideal to solve any conflict? I digress, my dear. So men have to be likable now. They have to prime themselves, and they have to basically be like women to sell themselves or make themselves marriageable or marketable. And truly, to be truthful about the whole thing, men are not likable. They're not likable. Oh my God, what's this? Try to make it work. Okay. Men are not really likable because they're not used to it. No one has told them to be likable. All they were taught was to exist in their masculine energy. And I don't blame them, it's what they have been taught to do. So it takes an educated man who makes an educated decision to be able to balance both his masculine side and his feminine side. Women wants to not lose themselves completely because they are being with a man. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to lose Marilyn or lose the woman that I am because I'm coupled with someone else. I wouldn't want to do that. And men are not taught to accept that. So we'll make a lot of mistakes. This is the generation of trial. Oh my God, this is wrong. What am I doing with my eyes? Whatever. This is a generation of trial and error. I hope, I hope that the next generation coming after us will be very lucky to get the best of both worlds, because right now we are just experimenting at this equality thing, and we're just finding tools here and there. We're just like the caveman who just discovered sandstone fire, the starting stage of it. This is the beginning stage of equality, and I can understand the reason why there is conflict, why marriages are breaking off, divorces everywhere. Truly, I'm actually very scared of the divorce rate and how much there is bashing between the sexes. Like the men are saying, no, I don't want to be married. And there's something I want to also talk about. It's called trapping. There's no more marriage, there's trapping. Trapping in that they trap a woman in her prime and give her multiple babies and make her less desirable, whether we like it or not. Having babies for a woman and having her take care of those babies alone without the presence of a man brings her into a masculine energy. And masculine energy personally is not desirable. That's my own opinion. It's not. Masculine energy is go get shit done. Feminine energy is relaxation and being yourself, and bringing up the passionate side of you, and just resting and taking things easy and making things beautiful, making things serene, and making things that's the feminine energy. It brings out the beauty, while the male energy is like go, violence, get. Both energies are good. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's good for a woman, a feminine woman, to exist in her femininity, so that to exist in our femininity so that there'll be balance, yin and yang. But once a woman is now beginning to hustle for her children, hustle for herself, she begins to lose that feminine part of herself, which she's used to. And while doing that, she loses herself. That's why a lot of women say that they're like a shadow of themselves, because they have taken an unusual role that maybe they are not supposed to take on. You get? So men have resorted to trapping. So no matter what we women do, men will always find a way to win. Whether we like it or not, the rate of baby mama out there is high, and the rate of men being irresponsible, because I believe that even though marriage does not guarantee that anyone is responsible or a man will take care of his children. Take a look around. Married couples are the worst. To me, I feel that it gives some sense of security within the confines of a home. But now men are choosing to just make a woman undesirable, put her in a big, give her multiple babies, and go their own way. You know what I mean? And women, we think we are winning by saying, if you're in America, you collect child support. Nigeria, who care for you? A man can just up and leave. He can just up and leave. You'll be the one to bear the brunt of the pregnancy. You'll be the one to take care of the baby. And at the end of the day, the baby bears the man's name, and yeah, you lose. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So, what is the way forward? What do we do to curb all this? Because the traditional marriage thing is going to shit, and everyone is just sitting on the sidelines watching. There's so much distrust between both sexes. Some men are saying that marriage is not favorable for them, that a woman can up and live with all they have suffered for, you know. That one day, I know of a man talking to me, and he said one day, being married, one day someone would tell him that the house he owns, the property he suffered to get, one day will no longer belong to him because he's married. And a woman will tell you that one day a man will leave her for another woman who is younger, more beautiful, you know, and she leaves the house probably, or since she has suffered and put herself, since she hasn't put herself first and she caters to the man can up and leave her with nothing at all. So there is so much distrust. And some people will say if a marriage is not endorsed by God, I'm not a religious person. In fact, I'm not religious at all. And I feel that Christianity make people lazy. The job you're supposed to do, you leave it for God. Relationship takes constant work. You have to be ready to work at it. Both of you. And before you get married, you have to sit down to define your goals. What exactly do you want from this marriage? You don't marry because you love the person, or you don't marry because you want the person has a banging body or he has a huge wallet. Most relationships that are based on how much a man has in his bank account or a woman has in her bank account, or how beautiful she is, how shapely she is. Those marriages don't last. When the beauty begins to fade, responsibilities begins to take the forefront, then we'll know how much the marriage is based on love. So the best thing is men should begin to make themselves likable, marketable. A lot of men are mean. A lot of men are emotional. You know, I feel that men are even much more emotional than women. We are saying, people say, oh, women are always in the feelings. No, I don't think so. I've seen more emotional men who have destroyed things based on their ego, based on their emotions, than women. After all, there's a saying that men are immature, men are babies, blah, blah, blah. Those kinds of stupid excuses that makes a lot of men very irresponsible. It's time to take up responsibility and act like a grown man. And women too, it's time to take responsibility and act like a grown woman. If not, we are going to kill marriage. And we are going to, at this point, a lot of women are saying they don't want children. Me, I'm not completely set on that decision though. Yeah, I might change my mind. I'm not completely set on it because I think I have pretty good values. And I think, I don't think I know I'll make a good mother. And I want to give it a shot to make a decent person out of someone and break generational curse. Because my mother, her mother before, her mother before, they were all distant from each other. There was really no motherly love. You know what I mean? My mother tried her best in her own way, but I feel she should have done more when it came to, connection with her children. She doesn't got no connection at all with her kids. It's constant battle and constant fights and that. I don't want to even go into that, but because I'm very, very self-aware of these things, I'm making it a point of duty to break just generational curse. No, it's not easy. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I think I do have some materials to be able to do that. Some education, which I have painstakingly done by myself to be able to make a great mom for a child one day. But I'm not in a hurry to have them. And I've also made my resolve that If they come, they come, but I really want to have them in a loving relationship. And some people say, what if the relationship breaks down? It's better to have loved and lost than not to have loved at all. So, yeah, having knowledge actually does not even guarantee anything these days. Because you might have a knowledge, the partner might pretend to have some sort of knowledge. At the end of the day, you people are from two different backgrounds and it might not work. So that's why you have to sit down, take a pen and paper, you know what I mean, and try to draw out what you want for your life, where you see yourself in the next 5 years, and how you wish to raise your children, down to finances. You have to talk about finances. What is important to you? How do you want us to spend our finances? These are the things that, you know, I'm willing to talk about with my partner before I even venture into, marriage or anything long term. We have to sit down and talk about these things. People don't talk about it. So these are the things you need to talk about. Even you also need to talk about parents, family, how to deal with family members. People let beauty and the love, the oxytocin to cloud their judgment, and they don't sit and talk about these things. And eventually, when the buzz of love clears off your eyes, you begin to, oh, what the fuck am I doing? You begin to question yourself. Question yourself. What kind of leaps am I doing today? I don't know. I'm just trying to make myself look decent without being too much. That's just a little. A lot of bitter women, like, women are complaining. And I don't know why men take advice from fellow men who really have no clue. If you want an advice on how to treat women, you should go to women for advice. That's just it. Go to a woman for advice. They'll tell you what what you need to succeed if you want to venture into things like marriage. They'll tell you. And for the women too, you want to know how to please a man, you also have to go to a man other than your husband. What is this week about? I haven't won this week. This week was given to me by my sister, so I haven't even. I look like a lawyer, don't I? Let's see how this will fit me. It's already covering my face. My God. It's already covering my face. I don't want to take out all the calls. I just want calls to just be coily. Yeah. Let me see if I can arrange this week and come back. This is what I'm able to do on this hair without messing up the call so much. This is my first time actually trying this week, really, because I don't know. How do I look? Yeah, let me apply gloss to it. I think if I apply gloss to my lips, what do you think? Gloss or no gloss? Where's my lip gloss? Oh shit. Where is my lip gloss? Okay, let's go on the gloss then and see what it's gonna look like. Very simple. This is more or less like what I do every day when I want to step out or something. I just do something as mild as this, and that's it. If I want a professional makeup, I go to a professional. I could never do all those professional, I wish I could, do all those plenty professional looks. But this is the finished look. Let me take a few photos. So if you like these kinds of videos, please do not hesitate to subscribe, click on the notification bell, and like this video. Comment down below if you have anything to share based on what I've just shared with you, my current thoughts and what's going on my noggin. Okay, I'll see you guys when next I post. So let me just take a few thumbnail for you guys. I should have taken a before and after. You see, I forget these things. I should have taken a photo before I started and something after. And guys, I don't even know what to call this video really. Should I call it "Get Ready with Me while I talk about random shit"? No. Should I call it that? Will you click on such videos if you see that? Or I don't know. I don't know what to really call this video. I just decided to just, whip out my camera and talk to you guys. You know what I mean? So, all right, guys. Too much talk. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Bye.